Right, here we go. In this video I'm just going to chat about sideband being legalised in the UK, and this is a Superstar 360 FM that I'll probably end up using. Not really sure yet, but they are. What can I tell you? Sideband's going to be legalised in the UK on CB. Now I've got my pad here. Right, anyone who knows anything about being on the radio, CB, amateur radio, that sort of thing, will know where we're going to be given the legal sideband. But for those of you that don't, it's going to be on what's called now the was it the EU block on your radio, depending on what rig you've got. But basically from channel 1, which will be 26965, to channel 40, which is 27405, and anything in between, apart from the alpha channels, which is another thing, but we won't go into that. That's where they're going to legalise sideband and AM, and all going well, that's going to happen on July the 14th 2014. I can't wait. I started out myself on AM back in 1981, and let's just say that sideband is my favourite mode of transmission, until you get a few people on there that don't know what they're doing, and then one's like Donald Duck and one sounds like oh, you know. But you know, it's all part of it. People get used to it. People, you know, you'll have a choice. Most people will probably stick with just FM. AM for a crack, sideband, you know, you ain't got to go on there, it's no big deal, but I'm going to give it a go because I hate that FM white noise rubbish, and if I can, I like to achieve a little bit of distance. Sometimes, obviously, I've got friends that live around the corner, you don't need, you know, anything major for them, and well, I think that's self-explanatory. But for the further away stuff, I always like to have a squelch open and listen around for them distant stations, you know. But obviously opening up the squelch, listening for them distant stations, and then calling back. Most of them have got the squelch up round their ear holes and ain't going to hear you. So you waste your breath. Whereas on sideband, hopefully, you know, you haven't got all that noise. And because the sideband signal is sort of driven by your voice, if you have your squelch up and you're talking to your mate around the corner, you're going to be in and out of the squelch all the time. You're going to miss some of them quieter words, let's say. It's going to be very hard to set your squelch, and hopefully people will find that they don't need it. They are. Right, a couple of things really. I've not seen anything at the moment that says you've got to use a particular radio with a particular type of stamp on it, but there's bound to be something like that. I'm not sure whether the government's going to do like a bit of a launch or whether it's going to make the telly, but if it ain't, it pretty much, once it's legalised, most people on the street won't even know. But you might notice if you go into Maplin, for example, that instead of just having the AM FM rigs that they've got now, you can have ones with sideband on it. But the old stuff is the better in my opinion. Something like the old Superstar that I just showed you, I'll show it again. There it is. That goes from, that's an all mode radio. It's basically a Mark II Cobra 148 GTLDX with a different front on it. And that goes from 26105 up just into the beginning of 28 megs, which is part of the 10 metre band. Obviously, if you're not licensed, you don't want to go in anywhere above channel 40 of the Muppets, but that's another thing we shouldn't do anyway. But I've been looking in the forums and whatnot, they're all talking about what's the calling frequency going to be. You're going to be calling out on the 19, you know. I doubt it, because you're going to have people on FM on channel 19. So there has been talk of having channel 12 So if you've got a rig like the old Superstar here, or maybe the Lincolns or Jacksons, Cobra 148s, some of the, I don't know, it's loads of rigs out there, multi-modes and international jumbos, you know, all of the older style stuff, blocks of channels, you know, blocks of 40, so like 40 mids, 40 highs, 40 lows, etc. There's been talk of having channel 12, and the reason for that is if you go channel 12 high, you're on 27.555, which is a sort of globally used calling frequency on upper sideband. It's an illegal frequency. I don't think it's legal anywhere, but people still use it. So if you went on there and had no joy, you could just come straight down to mid block channel 12, which would be 27105, presumably on upper sideband. You know, put a call out there. Why not? You know, it makes it nice and easy. But it's called Citizens Band. I mean, it's up to us really what channel we're using. It don't really matter, because to be honest, random contacts now are far and few between. Quite often you'll arrange to meet your mate on channel 1, and you could be on AM, FM, upper sideband, lower sidebands. You know, just send a text message, bang, meet you there. Done. I'm hoping, I'm a bit new at this, but I'm hoping to get a link to the Ofcom statement. But it just opens up like a PDF file. You know, I've had a quick read through it. A lot of it's technical jargon, but from what I can gather, on the 14th of July, that's when they're going to announce, you know, whether they're going to say, right, it's legal from today, or it's going to be legal from next week or another date, who knows. But it's been a long while coming. And I'll make a few more videos, different rigs, and I'm hoping to do maybe a little video from the mobile, just on a little 40 channel York that I use. Maybe do a little video, a few of the local stations that I talk to here, you know, just for something, you know, for you lot to have a look at. It's always interesting to see videos of your hobby. Talk to you soon. And I just want to do this. Wow, look at that. See you soon. Cheers.